Welcome to the Daily Spiral. Let's get right to it. Your brain is actively deleting your life. And why? Because you're boring it to death. Seriously. Think back to when you were a kid. Remember how summer vacation felt like a whole entire lifetime? Like it just stretched on forever. And now you blink and an entire month is gone. A whole season just vanishes. It feels like your life is stuck on fast forward. And let me tell you, it's not a feeling, it's real. And no, you're not going crazy, you're not imagining it. There's actually a name for this whole nightmare. It's called time compression. And it is the main reason your life feels like it's just slipping through your fingers. Okay, so let's get into the why. I want you to think of your brain like a computer hard drive, a super efficient one that has one main goal: to save energy. And your boring, predictable routine, yeah, that's just a bunch of duplicate files it wants to trash. This all boils down to a concept called the oddball effect, and the rule is painfully simple. Your brain only hits the record button for new stuff. It craves novelty. That comfy, cozy routine you've built, it's the absolute enemy of memory. It's basically poison for your timeline. So picture this: your first day at a new job. Everything is new, kind of scary, maybe a little exciting. Your brain is firing on all cylinders, saving that memory in like 4K high def. But the 500th time you drive that same exact route to work, your brain is just like, ugh, this again? It flags it, error, duplicate detected, and immediately hits delete to save space. You literally have no memory of the trip because as far as your brain is concerned, it didn't even happen. Yeah, you heard me. Your brain is treating your life like a boring rerun of a show it's seen 1,000 times. It knows how it ends, so it's just hitting fast forward and skipping straight to the end credits. And if you think this is just like a vibe or a feeling, you are wrong. It's not just in your head, it is a math problem. And the numbers prove exactly why your life feels like it's accelerating into oblivion. So there's this thing called Janet's Law. And basically, it says that how you perceive time is totally relative to how much of it you've already lived. So the longer you're alive, the smaller and faster each new chunk of time, like a day or a year, feels in comparison. Let's break it down. For a 5-year-old, one single year is 20% of their entire existence. 20%, that's massive. It's a gigantic, monumental chapter of their life, packed with new things every single day. It's basically an eternity. Okay, now let's look at a 50-year-old. For them, that same year is just 2% of their life. 2. It's a tiny, insignificant sliver. It barely even registers. And by the way, if that horrifying math just gave you a full-on existential crisis, don't forget to like and subscribe because we are just getting started. 2%. A whole year, 365 days of your life is just a rounding error to your adult brain. It's mathematically insignificant, and that is exactly why it feels like a total blur. So when you combine your brain's absolute hatred of routine with the cruel math of getting older, you fall right into something I call the autopilot trap. And this, my friend, is where it gets uncomfortably personal. This quote absolutely nails it. You think you lived a whole year, but if every single day was the same alarm, same commute, same sad desk lunch, same show on Netflix, you didn't. You didn't live a year. You just lived the same exact day 365 times in a row. So this right here is the brutal gap between your perception and your reality. On one hand, you think you experienced 365 distinct individual days. But on the other hand, your brain, in its obsessive quest for efficiency, took all those duplicate files, crushed them together, and left you with the memory of one single compressed day. That's the trap. Okay, I know, that was bleak. It's pretty horrifying. But listen, don't spiral into despair just yet, because there is a fix. You can actually hijack this system. You can force your life to feel longer and slower. It's time to start living a bigger life. Here it is. This is the secret. Write this down. This is the new rule you're gonna live by. Comfort is the gas pedal for time. It makes everything go faster. But stress, and I mean good stress, the stress of doing something new and unknown, that's the brake. So here's the bottom line. If you want to feel like you're living a longer, fuller life, you have to get uncomfortable. You have to manually, intentionally force your brain to start hitting that record button again. So how do you actually force this system reboot? You do something that actually scares you. You go somewhere you can't even pronounce. You learn a skill that makes your brain physically hurt. You take your boring little routine and you shatter it into a million pieces. From now on, you have to actively, consciously choose novelty over comfort every single time. So I'm going to leave you with this question. Your life is not a dress rehearsal, so stop letting your brain delete it. What are you going to do tomorrow that you will force your brain to remember? Thank you for spiraling with us.